Hi, I'm Kaylee and I live with type 2 bipolar disorder, and this is Shooting Star Journey. This week we're going to talk about the stigma of mental illnesses, in particular bipolar disorder. I'm going to start this off by saying that I'm not a doctor and I'm not a counselor. If you need that kind of medical advice, then please go get it from a professional. I am just somebody who lives with bipolar, and I am reaching out to others, sharing my experiences, and hopefully by your comments, learning from your experience. Okay, so this week I am discussing the stigma of bipolar. Stigma is a negative thought or view of another person based on something about them that they may have. This can also fall in the realm of stereotypes, and I think sadly as the human race we are prone to judging others very quickly, and there becomes stereotypes and stigmas because of this. With bipolar disorder and other mental health illnesses such as depression and anxiety, I guess something that really gets under my skin is when I'm out and about and I'm listening to like conversations, or I'm part of a conversation, and sometimes people will be talking about their boss, for instance. This seems to be the biggest one, a boss. They will complain about how 1 minute their boss is like totally cool, level-headed, and then screaming and yelling at them the next minute, or getting on them for something and then changing their mind about something. You know, the various things that in all of our working careers we have come across, and personal experience of being in a position of authority. I know that sometimes that is required and it appears different to people who work for you. But anyway, you'll hear these people talking about this and getting really upset, and then there always follows that one comment. Oh, he's just so bipolar. Oh, it just bugs me because that person doesn't truly know what the disease is about, and they're just jumping to a conclusion that somebody who changes their mind or has to get angry at somebody because they didn't do their job right. And this can fall into friends too. I've heard this where people are talking about their friends this way, but that's not what being bipolar is, and there's so much more to it, and it's a disease that you really do have suffering that goes through it, and by saying those comments, you're just dismissing those people who suffer from that. I do not really care for the way that people joke around about killing themselves and joking. We as a society don't really accept, even though it still sometimes happens, joking about killing people and, hurting other people. It may get played around with a little bit, but still not on the level I think that people joke around about killing themselves. They have a really bad day and, something's going on, and or they're teasing their friends losing at a video game, and all of a sudden, might as well just kill myself. Or, you are losing at everything, and then your friend just goes, man, you're so horrible, you should just go kill yourself. That is not okay. Not okay. Life is a very precious thing. I know on this earth that life is everywhere, but when you really think of it, we have yet to find life on another planet in our universe. So when you think about life in the retrospect of the entire universe, life is extremely rare. And it's something that I don't care what your religious beliefs are or what you think about that kind of stuff, that life should be cherished. Life is incredibly rare and unique and just fragile. And it's something that we should all respect and value, and we shouldn't joke about it so lightly and treat it like that. Also, side note, somebody who may be joking about killing themselves, sometimes that can be a cue in and maybe they do need help. So there is that side note. Calling people a psycho, those kind of things. Like, I know in the past that I have done these things, but the more that I have gone through with my illness and learning about it and learning about what helps, I've really reduced that quite a bit to pretty much never joking about those kind of things. This also goes into telling people that you're bipolar. I feel like sometimes when I've told somebody, they treat me completely different. Like, all of a sudden they were completely all right with me, and then all of a sudden now they know I'm bipolar. It's like they are just waiting for me to just explode or do something completely just out there, and basically that I will become a crazy person because of this stigma. There's also a stigma that there really isn't anything, there is no such thing as these mental illnesses. A lot of people think that it's something that you should just get over, suck it up, move on. You know, you're just sad. You can choose to be happy. Yes, I believe there are moments when you can choose to be happy, but when you have chronic depression, that's just not something you can wake up from and be like, all right, I'm gonna just fake it today and I'll be okay. That doesn't always work. And so we need to gently educate those around us, because remember, people respond better to being nice when we tell them things, not, freak out and yell at them. That won't solve anything. Also, another stigma I've run into is when I'm talking about things. I know when I was first dealing with my disorder, before I had officially been diagnosed with it, but doctors and therapists were considering that it could be an option, I got a book and I was reading about how to cope and what I can do. At the moment, I wasn't being medicated, so I was trying so hard to try to cope with this without medication, and I remember being afraid to say anything to anybody, and right there, that is applying the stigma to yourself, thinking that you're not good enough to say anything, being afraid. So we even need to fight the stigmas that we hold against ourselves. But I remember, in a way, talking about how I had a friend who was bipolar because somebody made that work comment that their boss was bipolar, and I was explaining, hey, that's not really what it's about, and it's actually like this, and I know because this person that I'm really close to has it and is dealing with that struggle. And the response I got back was, oh, I guess Kaylee's a doctor. That is extremely hurtful. So I think we need to be kinder to the way we speak to people. And remember, yes, there are times when people think they're doctors and just spout crap. But sometimes we need to stop and actually value each other's opinion and, actually look and see if they have information that we may not know. Actually listen to them and see if they know something that we don't know. Now I just repeated that. Sorry, my dog's distracting me. So there's that with the stigma. There are many websites out there that you can go that can help you, give you tips on fighting the stigma. And, you don't have to have a mental illness to help somebody who does and to say something and speak up. Imagine if everyone just saw, I'm not saying see this video, but just the people who do watch this video, if you speak up, and then those people are educated and learn, and then they go and speak up, it's going to continue. And hopefully one day this will be something that we won't have to be afraid of telling others that we have, that we don't have to be afraid of being judged, that this will be treated just like having diabetes or a broken arm, and that if we're more loving and kind to other people and try to understand them, we can beat stigmas of a lot of things, not just mental illnesses. There are stigmas attached to so many other things and judgments we have on people. So that is my message today, is to love each other and to respect one another and think about what we say before we say it. So I will see you next week. Comment below if you want to share your stories about stigmas or what you've done to fight stigmas, and anything else, maybe questions that you have for me. All right, I will see you guys all next week. Stay happy and keep each other having good days, all right? Bye.